Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be making some sugar scrub. Yes, this is an all over body scrub. And if you guys have seen any of my videos before, you know that I love sugar scrub. It is one of the main ways I get to glowing skin. It rejuvenates my skin. It helps to decrease blemishes, and what I'm going to be doing is actually duping this scrub. So this is the Tree Hut Pink Hibiscus Shea Sugar Scrub, and I'm going to be taking my own ingredients along with some of the ingredients on the back of this package and trying to create a consistency that looks like this. Want to see how I do this and if it comes out right? Well, keep watching. So the first ingredient that I'm going to be measuring out is 36.5% of my oils. I'm going to be using 2 different oils. You can actually use whatever oil you choose in order to make this body scrub, but I am using a combination of sweet almond oil because it's one of my favorite oils, and I'm also going to use a little bit of sunflower oil. So in addition to my oil, I'm going to be using 3% of shea butter. So I already measured out my shea butter. And since this is a shea butter sugar scrub, and this is what I had on hand, this is what I'm going to use. So I'm just dropping my shea butter right into my oil. So for my butter and oil to melt down together, I'm just placing my heat-safe container over into a water bath. And this is going to be on medium to low heat. So my oil and shea butter have melted down together. So now I can go ahead and add in my next ingredient. And so my next ingredient is going to be this powdery substance here. So this is silica. And for the silica, I'm going to add in about 5% into my oil mixture. So when you add the silica in, just make sure that you're wearing a mask because there are some fine particles and they can certainly float around in the air, and you wouldn't want to inhale this or breathe this in. So I'm just going to place my little mask on and go ahead and add some of this into my oil and butter mixture. And again, this is going to be 5% silica. You can give this a stir to make sure, that it's all starting to combine, but it should probably sit for a little bit in order to allow the silica to combine really well with the oils and the butter. And as you can see, it is starting to combine and it looks very jelly, sort of like a jello, but that is the consistency that we're going for. So I'm just going to let that sit for a minute and continue to gel. So I've let my mixture sit for a minute, and like I said, you can see that it is looking very jelly. So I'm actually going to sit this back in my water bath and let it melt. So I have my mixture and it has been melting for a little bit, but as you can see, the consistency is a very jelly-like consistency, and that's what we want. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in another ingredient, and that is my color. So this is a Mica. This is the color that I'm going to be using, this pretty pink color, so that it gives us a similar color to the pink hibiscus color that's in the sugar scrub that we're trying to dupe. So I'm just going to pour my mica a little bit at a time and go ahead and stir this up. And I'm just adding in the remainder, and I'm going to stir this up. And I actually might set this back on low heat just so that my color can disperse and mix in really well with the gel. But that is the color. So I'm going to just sit this back on the heat for a little bit, and I will be right back. So while my mixture is melting, I'm actually going to go ahead and measure out some additional ingredients. And so included in this sugar scrub is Polysorbate 20. So I'm going to be adding 5%. And to my Polysorbate 20, I'm also going to add in a little bit of glycerin. So this is 3% glycerin. So now I'm just stirring my Polysorbate 20 and my glycerin together. And I'm going to move on to the next step. So my oils and my silica mixture is pretty much mixed in together. And also you can see that I have my mica in here. And so this is a really, really, really nice color. So now I'm just going to measure out some sugar, and this is 45% sugar. So now I'm going to go ahead and mix in my Polysorbate 20 along with my glycerin. And I'm just going to stir this up really well. So now I'm just going to actually take my scale, place my mixture back on my scale, and I'm going to add in some additional ingredients. So I'm adding in a little bit of vitamin E, and this is 0.5% of vitamin E. And I'm also going to add in my fragrance oil, and I'm using a very fruity fragrance. And so the percentage of fragrance that I'm using is also 0.5%. And I'm just going to stir these ingredients up into my mixture. And now the last ingredient that I'm going to add in is my preservative. And for this scrub, I'm using Germall Plus, and I am going to be adding my preservative in also at 0.5%. So now that my mixture is mixed fairly well, I'm going to go ahead and add in the next ingredient, which is my sugar. So I'm just going to pour it right over into my mixture. And I'm going to mix this in. And there's just a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and pour that over into my mixture and make sure it's all stirred in. I probably should be using a bigger spatula to mix this, but I'll just work with what I have on hand right now. But as you can see, that's how thick the scrub is. But I'm gonna go ahead and transfer it to my container, and it's just a thick scrub. Honestly, it's definitely a little bit more thick than the pink Himalayan sugar scrub, but let's transfer it to our jar and then we can compare the two. So as you can see, this is my scrub, and this is theirs. So the color was way off, although I really do like my color. And theirs is a bit more creamy. You can see when it turns to the side, it starts to move. So it has a little bit more fluid-like quality, whereas mine is a little bit more thick. So let me know if anyone has actually tried to dupe or make this scrub, and let me know if you had good results and what you think I should actually do different in order to get a more fluid scrub that is very similar to this one. I definitely know I should change the color and use more of a peachy color because I used more of a pink color. So let's go ahead and try out the one that I made first. And I'm just gonna try it out right here. So the one that I made, it's actually very soft. And I actually really like this. It's very nice, very creamy. It glides onto the skin really, really nice. So let's try theirs on the other hand. So this is their scrub, and it's also very nice, very creamy. And it also glides onto the skin very well. They both are very thick in consistency, and I feel like they both work really, really well. Mine is just a little bit thicker and my color is a little bit different, but both of these scrubs are excellent scrubs. So guys, let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you are looking for any other type of scrubs, I'll have a link to other scrubs that I've done in the description box below. Also, you can check out my website at beautyrove.com, where I have lots of free recipes and scrubs that I have made before. And guys, if you want the actual formula to try and make this particular scrub yourself, check out the description box below, and there will be a link to where you can actually find this particular body scrub formulation. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.